Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and today's video is 5 things to expect when Manchester United take on Southampton. This Monday, Manchester United are going to play Southampton in the Premier League on Monday, and will this be their 18th game unbeaten? Now, going into the Southampton game, Manchester United are on great form, and I have to say, I'm very excited to watch Manchester United play, and if you're really excited to see Manchester United play at the moment, smash that like button, and if you want to see daily Manchester United related content on the channel, subscribe down below. This is my 5 things to expect series where I talk about the game and things that I expect to see from predicted lineup, how I think Manchester United are going to play, what we need to watch out for, what's my predicted scoreline, and what do I expect to see from certain players. So let's get straight into it, and first things first, like every 5 things to expect video, the first thing I'm going to talk about is my predicted lineup. Now, my predicted lineup is going to get pretty boring now, but it's unchanged from the last 4 games. The last 4 games Manchester United have won by 3+ goal scoreline. The first team to do that in Premier League history. So why would we change our lineup when they're doing so well? We've seen when we subbed players off, there's been a massive downfall. So this is the lineup I predict to see. Rashford, Martial, Greenwood, Bruno, Pogba, Matic, Shaw, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, David De Gea. I think it's going to be unchanged unless there's an injury, unless there's a knock, unless there's an illness. I can't see why this lineup would be changed. I think it's a very important game against Southampton because obviously they've been playing quite well lately, so I can't see why we change our lineup unless we had to. So that's going to be my predicted lineup pretty much from now on. Now, and we have to say, this lineup has been playing very, very well. Mason Greenwood. Whew. The second thing I expect to see from Manchester United is to be a bit more aware defensively. I think there was times in the Bournemouth game when we fell asleep defensively. I think, we were much better defensively against Aston Villa. They never really had a proper chance. But with Southampton, unlike our last 4 games, they have a clinical finisher in Danny Ings. Aston Villa don't really have a top striker. Bournemouth, they don't really have a top striker. Sheffield United, again, not really a top striker. Brighton, again, not a top striker, whereas Southampton, they do have a top striker that if he gets his chance is likely to finish and cause us problems. So I do think we're going to keep an eye on him defensively. I think we'll attack Southampton, but I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw will come a bit deeper. I think we've probably been told not to give Danny Ings any space. Maybe Pogba will be more defensive. Again, I think we're going to be playing attacking football, but I do know that we need to watch out for Danny Ings because, Bournemouth caused us some problems at the back, and if they had a player like Danny Ings, they could have scored more goals. Danny Ings is the type of player, he's very clinical, he gets his chance, he scores, so we've got to keep Danny Ings out, and I think we're going to have to keep an eye on him. I think we'll play a bit more defensively aware, but I think Lindelof and Maguire are probably going to be double marking him, because he's a player to watch. Like with Aston Villa, we had to watch Grealish. Southampton, Danny Ings is your player to watch. Now, the third thing to expect is goals and confidence. Now, Manchester United and Southampton are probably like the 2 form teams in the league. Southampton have looked really good since the break, and so have Manchester United. And both teams, I think, are going to be playing with confidence. Danny Ings is going to be playing with great confidence as he's going for the Golden Boot. And Mason Greenwood is going to be playing with confidence as, he scored in 3 consecutive games. He wants to get his 10th goal in the Premier League season. So I think we do need to watch out for, obviously, Danny Ings, as I mentioned. But I think we're going to be playing with such confidence, but so will Southampton. So I do think it'll be a game of goals. That just means, like, whenever Mason Greenwood gets the ball, it looks like he's going to score. I think, Bruno Fernandes is buzzing, Manchester United vibe is buzzing, but Southampton are on a good run of form, and they might fancy it. They might fancy ending our streak because, again, they beat Manchester City. Again, Southampton, they're quite good at set pieces. Again, they have a clinical finisher in Danny Ings, so, we give Southampton a chance. Danny Ings is not only a clinical finisher, but he's confident. Southampton team is going to be playing with confidence. All the other teams we've sort of played have not been that high on confidence. They sort of come here hoping, whereas Southampton, they come here, they might think. Obviously, we're the most informed team in the league, but, I don't think so. I think Southampton's going to be our hardest game. My 4th thing to expect kind of links to the 3rd thing I said, and I think this game will be a lot closer than the other games. I'd love us to win by a 3+ goal margin again, but I do think it's going to be a little bit closer, and I feel like we'll concede. So I'm going to say my score prediction for Manchester United versus Southampton is 3-1 to Manchester United. I think that Danny Ings will score for Southampton, but I think Mason Greenwood, Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford will get on the score sheet, and it will be a 3-1 win to Manchester United, putting the pressure on Leicester and Chelsea even more, who both still have to play Sheffield United in the next 2 weeks. Now, the 5th and final thing I expect to see is it being a comfortable game if we're leading at half time. Now, with Manchester United this season, since the break, we've seen that we can break down teams. Tottenham park the bus, Sheffield United park the bus, Brighton park the bus. Any team that comes and parks the bus, we can break down when Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes are both on the pitch. But what else we've proven to be good at is counter-attacking. Before the break, we were a counter-attacking team. After the break, we're a good team on the counter-attack, but we're an attacking team. And I think with Manchester United this season is, we can break you down and we can get you on the counter-attack. And I think if we lead at half-time, we'll win the game. You know, if we're 1-0 up at half-time, 2-1 up at half-time, 2-0 up at half-time, we'll comfortably finish out the game. Because if Southampton attack us, fine, we'll just counter-attack you. Boom, we've proven it against Brighton. We've proven it against Villa. The first goal was a counter-attack. We'll counter-attack you. And you know what? If you're defending, even though you're losing 1-0, we can just break you down. And I think what Manchester United is, we can break you down if you're going to defend. So if you take the lead and you're going to defend, we can break you down. But if we take the lead and you attack us, we're good at counter-attacking. So I think if we come in with a 1-2-0 lead at half-time, I think the second half will be a stroll. Now, I do think Southampton will be a difficult game. Obviously, the likes of Danny Ings to watch out for. But I do think with the way Manchester United is playing, I expect us to win and score goals. So that's my 5 things to expect versus Southampton. If you haven't already, please smash that like button. Subscribe down below if you're new. Share this video. Let me know what you expect to see in the comments section. Share, subscribe, like, and I'll see you next time.